Hey everyone, it's Nurse Good coming to you with another video. I know it's been forever since I made a video. I think the last time I made one, it was like second semester or something, but now I'm in fourth semester. I just took my last exam today, so let me see, I just have two final exams in pediatrics and critical care next week. I'm also in research and nursing, and I'm a nursing elective missions in nursing, but I don't have a final exam in those, just had like a little paper, which I've been finished with those. So I'll just hop right into it. The purpose of today's video is to share with you 5 things that I wish I had known before I started nursing school. All right, so number 1, maintain that physical, mental, and emotional lifestyle while you're in nursing school. I know everybody wants to say, get your rest now, because once you get in nursing school, you're not going to have no time. You're going to be studying all the time. You're going to have to tell your family, your friends that you can't hang out with them. You can't see them until these 5 semesters are over with. I mean, in a way, that's true, but that's one of my biggest things that I regret first semester. Even though I will say, first semester, make sure that you're putting in a lot of time so you can get used to what you're able to do in nursing school. So because of course you don't want to fail, but just make sure that you're like maintaining that sleep. Like if it's a test night and it's 9:30, I have a rule now: 9:30, done. If I don't know it by now, oh well. Just make sure that you're also like separating that time evenly as well. So like study some. It's okay to go out to dinner with friends. It's okay to go and see family. You want to make sure that you're still keeping those relationships. There's no reason in nursing school that you shouldn't be able to have a set off time to make sure that those relationships stays connected and everything. So make sure you take care of yourself physically as well. Make sure you're getting exercise, because when you're getting sick in nursing school because of unhealthy habits, that's like truly draining. I think second semester I kind of allowed myself to like slip back into those weeds and kind of get a little unhealthy and not really take care of myself and get much rest and social interaction that I needed. And I ended up kind of getting like sick. I was just tired, and it turned into like a really rough semester, but kind of got on track and pulled it together, and everything's all good. So that would be a very important tip for you. Second, I would say you'll notice that after you start taking your exams, that you'll have these groups that'll like get together and like review questions. So our school does not allow us to see which questions we missed. We get a strength and opportunity report, which says this category of questions you need to work on, or like you need to work on this section or that section. You don't get actual independent questions, because they say that the likelihood that you'll see that actual question again is like so not really likely. So they say that's a knowledge thing, and not like the critical thinking like you're supposed to do in nursing school. So we don't get to get our grades back. Not our grades, but we don't get to get our missed test questions back. So after the test, everybody gets together and they like stress over all these questions. But in reality, even though if the majority of the class might have got one answer, there's no way of telling like if your answer was wrong. So it's kind of like a waste of time. It's like I've just kind of figured it's like stressful. And in that same topic category, you'll say there are some people who will get the grade back, and then they're like, oh, what did you make? Or what did you make? And then you're like sitting there like comparing grades. So like, I mean, I've let it upset me where I've gotten like a 78 or something on an exam, and somebody else has like they made a 90 or whatever, whatever the grade be. Don't let that test grade like define you, because I promise you that's not what's gonna like hold what type of nurse you are. So don't get caught in that either. Number 3, I would say develop a study group. Before nursing school, I came in saying, I'm going to go into nursing school. I'm going to be like independent. I'm going to go in, get my education, and, call it quits. No friends, no nothing, just 5 semesters. I can get through this. No. So don't do that. Please try to just give it a chance. Give it a chance and see how you do with it, because you'll find that some concepts you'll be able to grasp. And then some other concepts you might not be able to, and those friends can kind of like help break things down to you, and you can do vice versa, the same thing to them. And in that way, I mean, it just works with building relationships. With your classmates, you're going to be really close to them. So just make sure that you're also choosing the right classmates to study with, because that makes a big difference as well. Fourth, I would say get a planner, a calendar. I usually have a calendar hanging like right there, but it's on the kitchen table because I was updating it earlier. But not only do I have a calendar, but I have my planner and my phone. I don't do the actual like book calendar because, I mean, if I'm at work and somebody's like, hey, can you work this day for me? I have to go dig in my backpack, but see, it's on my phone. So I used a little, just a regular calendar on my phone, and I put everything in that so I can have it with me wherever I go. I find that to be more convenient and easier. But do whatever you want. I will say at least you need to have one at home and then one with you at all times. It also helps to have one at home if you live with other people who wonder, I guess what you're doing that day. It kind of helps out. So they kind of know what to expect, or like, oh, he has a test coming up, so like he's going to be kind of like chill to himself. All right, and number 5. This is really important, I would say, definitely for clinical, but also for like classes such as foundations, like fundamentals of nursing. We call it foundations, but most people call it fundamentals. So make sure that, I feel like you should make sure that you get a job as a tech. CNA, something. PCT. I've been a PCT for all through nursing school, all through my prereqs. As soon as I graduated, I got a job at a hospital. One is a community hospital. We have like a total of 24 beds, and then on med-surg, and then like 6 ICU beds, which I think only 4 of the I've only seen only 4 of the ICU beds being like in use at any given time in those 3 years. But and then the other hospital I work at, at a large level 1 trauma center. I lost my train of thought. So it kind of gives me 2 big different spectrums of hospitals, like, and I float at both of them. So I've been to like every single unit, your ICUs, your emergency department, palliative care, mother baby unit, not my favorite, but mother baby unit, med-surg, hospitalist floors, internal medicine, bone marrow transplant units, just like all of them. That can really help you like on questions, like on the test, because I felt like foundations of nursing was very like basic care stuff. So I feel like literally like 20 questions out of 50 every test, I would be able to like relate it back to practice and just kind of, spit out the answer that way. And then whenever we went to clinicals, one thing I found really easy was like interacting with patients. So like going into a patient's room, like knocking or like waking them up in the morning. Like some of my classmates were like nervous to go in there, and I was just like, knock, boom, in, do vital signs, let me see that arm, like just, I was already used to having those patient interaction, or like maybe seeing a patient undressed. It kind of takes, which, I mean, it does take time to kind of like get used to it, because it's kind of weird, but so that will be a really good tip for you as well. But all in all, just like make sure you stay healthy, and just know that as long as you're putting in your best effort, that's all that anybody can ever really ask from you, and and it'll all work out. But it does go by quicker than you think. At first I didn't believe people, but now it's hard to believe that I'm about to enter my 5th semester of nursing school, but here we go. Again, I'm sorry it's been so long since I've put a video out there, but here's this one. Hopefully I'll start putting some more videos out. I will start putting more videos out. I'm going to try to make a pact to myself to do so. Well, until next time, I will see y'all later.